What is up, everybody? Joe here, budgetboss.ca, often imitated, never duplicated. Today is Wednesday. It is the 27th of January. First things first, like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, double tap that screen, share the post on Facebook, share it on Twitter, and follow and like on Twitter and Facebook. So make sure you are joining the community, jumping in. Thousands and thousands of people already have, and I want more and more people to actually jump on board. We focus on the fundamentals, and today we are going to focus on exactly what is not fundamental: stock speculation and stock volatility. So what does this mean to you? And the reason why this topic is actually coming up to me is because I follow the markets closely, but one thing that I do not fully understand, and I will admit that, is the volatility behind a stock like GameStop. This is the big news right now. We are looking at some massive spikes in this stock, and I want people to understand what is going on and what it means to them, essentially, if it means anything to them at all. Quite frankly, I will fully admit I don't understand why this is going this way, but I will try my best to get to the bottom of what's happening on Wall Street in terms of these stocks that are actually growing based on a Reddit subculture of promoting a stock to buy. And this to me is kind of odd, but at the same time it's interesting, and it's a good learning piece for people who are investing for their future, thinking about investing for their future, and what matters and what doesn't matter for something like this. So let's jump right into GameStop. And at the starting of the year, the stock was trading at about $17 a share. As of the closing bell today, we are looking at $342 a share. And in fact, the stock has gained 130% today. One day alone. We are looking at a jump of stock value of 191%. If you look at over the past week, we are going from January 27th to last week. It has jumped from $40 or $39 a share up to $339 a share. That is a huge gain. We're looking over 600%. So what does this mean to you? Not much, because for the most part, people aren't investing in GameStop. If you have your retirement accounts or your tax-free savings accounts, most of the time they are not investing in this. This is what's called day trading, and people are actually investing their money on a day-to-day basis trying to make gains. In my opinion, this form of trading is more akin to gambling than investing. The reason being is because you are selling your positions at a quick and rapid rate, oftentimes by the end of the day, to gain money by the end of the day. For the long-term investor, for someone who's looking for their money to grow over the long term, this sort of trading does not apply, and especially options trading. And that is where you're betting on a stock to actually go up over time or to go down. And this is what's called stock options, where you are buying put options, stocks to go down, or call options, stocks to go up. And this can be a very volatile form of trading. And in fact, you could see how volatile it can be because this stock jumped dramatically after one person, Mr. Elon Musk, who I'm a big fan of, jumped in and said GameStonk and shared the Reddit thread for this. Another form of trading, and this one is actually a currency, is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin to me is something that I'm not going to prescribe to, and I don't fully recommend. Number one, because it's very confusing. Number two, because I don't fully believe that it will actually take hold as a full-fledged currency. Most currencies do not devalue themselves or are that volatile like Bitcoin is. You see dramatic swings on a daily basis for Bitcoin. To me, when you see people DMing you or jumping in on your Instagram page or your Facebook page claiming to make money on Bitcoin and show you how, that to me is a red flag. Now, I'm going to fully admit I may be wrong about it. Maybe Bitcoin does take shape. Maybe Bitcoin actually becomes a legitimate currency that we can use and go to the store and buy milk with. But at the same time, that is not the case right now. And from all accounts, it seems to me that will not be the case. Reason being, in my opinion, and again, I admit I could be wrong, is the fact that central governments, I do not believe, will adopt this as a currency, and we are at the whim of central governments. We live in Canada. If you live in America, if you live in the EU, those currencies take full-fledged force in those places, and I don't believe Bitcoin will supplant them as something that will take force. Right now, Bitcoin is actually mainly used for drug traffickers to move money to each other and share it that way. It's also incredibly volatile, which to me is not something that's worthwhile. As you could see, this does affect the market on a day-to-day basis. But what I want people to understand is that the day-to-day for the market is not that important. If you're putting money in and you see drops in the market like this, or like the one that happened last March, where you saw dramatic volatility and you saw day-to-day trading markets going down 10%. And these are the blue chip markets like the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial, the TSX in Canada, and even the NASDAQ going down 10% in one day or 5% in one day. This is not overly important to us. What you want to know is that you are going to have growth over time, and the day-to-day does not matter. This noise is interesting stuff for people like me. It really should not be interesting stuff for people like you. And a lot of people hop on these trains. More people lose than don't. And in fact, 70% of day traders actually lose money on a regular basis. Is akin to gambling, and in fact you would do better playing blackjack than actually day trading, which is kind of odd because the house rules in blackjack about 51%, so that slight edge gives them the edge. But if you're looking at day traders losing about 70% of the time, that means that they are actually losing quite a lot. What this reminds me of is a movie that I really love is Boiler Room. And in case you haven't watched Boiler Room, I suggest looking it up. Go on Netflix if you can and pull that movie, watch it. It gives you a nice idea about what stock manipulation could look like and what people who bid up stocks and who are actually pushing what's called pump and dumps are actually doing in the background and why it doesn't pertain to you. So I want to watch this clip from Boiler Room. It's a year 2000 movie. It stars Giovanni Babisi and also Vin Diesel before he hit it really big with the Fast and Furious franchise. This came right after Giovanni and Vin Diesel were in Saving Private Ryan, another great movie. And I kind of want to watch this actual clip and show it what stock manipulation could look like and what people who are actually involved with this are doing and why it's not important to you. So let's take a look at this clip and let's see exactly what is going on.
I'm really busy, sir.
No, look, I understand.
Doctor, I'm really busy here myself. Look,
we're going to come back to you in 1 month with one idea and one idea only. If you like what we have to say, great. We'll do business. If not...
I mean, worst case scenario, you're going to hear yourself a new business idea.
Whoever took that x-ray, it is useless.
We're going to
part as friends, that's fair, right?
Of what?
Doc, are you working with $1 million
in the market right now.
Who is this again?
And tell me something. You're a doctor. Have you ever heard of a drug called Benadryl?
It's being manufactured by MSC Pharmaceuticals.
No.
Well, listen, okay? Listen, it's in the 3rd stage of FDA approval, all right?
Word is it's going to be approved within the next 3 months. And it could be tomorrow for all I know.
But, I'm getting ahead of myself, and you're real busy over there. So why don't I just send you out
the information you requested about the firm?
No, wait.
Okay, so if you don't understand what's going on right now, Giovanni, who is actually the lead role in this movie, actually got a job at a stock firm. So what they are brokers, and they cold call prospects such as this doctor to sell them stocks, and they make good commission off of the stocks that they sell. So it's their job to sell the stocks. It's not their job to actually make sure that their clients make money. That is what's called a fiduciary role. You're supposed to look at what is in your client's best interest. And this firm called JT Marlin is called a chop shop. So what they do is they pump and dump, make dramatic money off stocks, sell them, and then take their profits and leave the institutional investor like this doctor or like you and I high and dry. And that's where it gets really, really shaky and really scary. So this doctor's now piqued his interest based on the sales pitch that Giovanni has told him. And this is where it gets really fascinating.
Forget the info.
Let's talk about this now.
What was the name of that drug again?
Could you hold on for 1 second?
I'm going to get
a senior broker who's a little more familiar with that particular stock, all right? Hold on a second, okay?
I love this part. This is amazing.
Rocco!
Okay, so now we get to see Vin Diesel do his thing.
Okay, so his name's Dr. Jacobson. I'd say from the sound of it, he's definitely...
Well, I don't want to hear it, kid.
Okay.
Hi, Dr. Jacobs. This is Chris Marlin over at JT Marlin.
Marlin?
Right, he's my father.
He's my mother.
So my associate tells me you're interested in one of our stocks.
Your wife's on break.
I will call her back. Yes, MSC sounds like it might be interesting.
Might be. Might be doesn't sell stock at the rate MSC is going for, Dr. Jacobs. We're talking very high volume here.
Oh, well, I still have to run it by my people.
That's great, Doc, if you want to miss yet another opportunity here and watch your colleagues get rich doing clinical trials, and don't buy a share and hang up the phone.
Well, hold on a second now. I didn't say that. I just want to talk about it some more.
Honestly, Doc, I don't have the time. This stock is blowing up right now.
I love
the
this
whole
part.
firm's going nuts. Hold on, let me open up the door to my office. See that, Doc? That's my trading floor. Now I have a million calls to make to a million other doctors who are already in the know. I can't walk you through this right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do this.
Now, since you're a new account, I cannot go any higher than 2,000 shares. I'm sorry.
2,000?
Are you nuts? That is way beyond what I was thinking.
Thinking 2,000?
Jesus! Listen, I'm curious. Why can't you
Tell me any more than that.
Well, we like to establish a relationship with our clients on something small before we get to the more serious trades. Let me show you several percentage points on this small trade, and then we'll talk about doing future business.
That sounds good. Give me the 2,000 shares.
Done.
You sure you can't do any better on this one?
I'm sorry, Dr. Jacobs. I can. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right, we'll start with this trade then.
Great. I promise we'll swing for the fences on the next one. Do you want that confirmation sent to your office or your mansion?
Very funny, Mr. Marlin.
Let me put my secretary on, and she'll take down your info. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Done and done.
That's one of my favorite scenes in movie history right there. Vin Diesel just kills it. So ultimately, I want people to understand that just buying stocks and trading stocks, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not against that. I just don't want people to think that buying and trading stocks is going to be their long-term strategy for A, making money, or B, retiring comfortably. I have a client that buys and sells stocks. I don't deal with that with him. I handle his registered investments, his RSP and TFSA. And he is stressed beyond belief. He called me the other day, and his stocks were plummeting, but then he actually bought a stock that did very well. Now, he's up all day and all night looking at futures markets, wondering what's going to happen with this stock as it's gone up, and he thinks he's going to get out of it and actually make some money on this stock. He called me up saying, Joe, I can't sleep at night. I'm done. I'm selling my stocks, and I'm going to just invest it comfortably in growth stock mutual funds, which is what I handle. Now, if you are comfortable with growth over the course of the long term, that's what you need to do. And the day-to-day volatility and stuff that happens with stocks like GameStop or currencies like Bitcoin, or even Blockbuster is jumping up right now on BlackBerry. In my opinion, getting involved in these things is actually, first of all, it could be dangerous. You could lose your money. But second of all, what it is stressful, and yeah, you don't want to live like that. What you want to do is have a long-term outlook, think for the long term, and if you are confused about what's going on, which, let's be totally honest, most people are, even I'm confused about what's happening with the markets right now. The experts are confused about what's going on in the market right now. I have no clue what is driving this price up. Now, people are speculating about what's going on with it, but they don't know. And even the people that are involved don't know. So it's just a very weird time, and what you need to do is actually, first of all, tune it out. Second of all, regularly invest your money on a monthly basis, bi-weekly basis, weekly basis, and dollar cost average into the market over time to make sure that you are getting long-term growth, as opposed to this speculation that occurs right now. Stock speculators usually lose, and that's not what you want. You want to actually absorb the full market and get value for your money over the long term. Drill those 7, 8, 9, 10% annual returns, and that is something that you can do if you're invested properly. And the day to day, the month to month, and even the year to year don't matter. You're looking on a long term basis and using tax advantage accounts to actually get growth out of it. And that's what I do for my clients. Now, I'll watch this. I do not give advice about buying and selling stocks. I am not licensed to do that, and I will not do that. Also, I just don't recommend it. And that is something that I do not recommend. I think it's just way too scary, way too volatile. So that is my take on what's going on with GameStop right now. I love Boiler Room. You should watch that movie. And if you have any questions about your portfolio, shoot me a message at budgetboss.ca/contact, and you can book a meeting. Joe@budgetboss.ca is the email. I want you to like, subscribe, and follow. Make sure that you like on Facebook and double tap that Insta screen to make sure we're bringing up the algorithm and getting people watching more of us on a regular basis. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Check it out. Shoot the questions. Have a great day. Peace.